of Clippercraft clothes for men at 924 leading retail stores from coast to coast. Present the world's most famous detective, Sherlock Holmes. Our stories are based upon the character of Sherlock Holmes, created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Sherlock Holmes is portrayed by John Stanley, Dr. Watson by Alfred Shirley, and the dramatizations are by Edith Meiser. Well, here we are again in front of Dr. Watson's cheery fireplace. A bitter December wind makes us glad to be inside, toasting our toes and listening to a Sherlock Holmes adventure. What's it to be tonight, Dr. Watson?
Well, now, let me see. Tonight, I think I'll tell you how Holmes' arch-enemy, the diabolical Professor Moriarty, came close to disrupting the Queen's Diamond Jubilee festivities.
You mean the celebration that marked the 60th year of the reign of Queen Victoria?
Right. On that occasion, London was a mecca for adventurers and thieves, drawn by the many visiting potentates and notables, all wearing their most fabulous jewels and elegant trappings. Oh, by the way, speaking of glad rags, as you Yankees call it, aren't you rather dressy yourself tonight, Mr. Harris?
I wondered how long before you'd notice my new suit, Dr. Watson.
Not bad. Stand up, let's have a look. Yes, not bad at all. Is it...
You mean, is it a Clippercraft suit? You bet it is, Doctor.
Now I know why my friends say Clippercraft means what the well-dressed man will wear if he wants to get his money's worth. Yes, I wonder if I spoke to Santa Claus, I'd find something like that in my stocking, eh?
All I can say is there's nothing the average male would rather find under the Christmas tree than a Clippercraft suit.
But the mystery to me is, how do they manage to turn out that handsome rig at the price?
Well, Dr. Watson, that mystery doesn't take a Sherlock Holmes to solve. Here's how Clippercraft makes it easy for a man to look his best on Christmas morning and hundreds of mornings thereafter. It's through the Clippercraft plan, which concentrates the buying power of 924 leading stores across the nation, making tremendous savings in manufacturing and distribution costs. The plan brings you the finest clothes at prices far less than you expect to pay at your own local independent store, at the store you can trust. Beautifully tailored Clippercraft suits are only $40 and $45. Top coats and overcoats are only $40. Yes, indeed. The friends who drop in on Christmas Day will think your clothes cost twice as much. For Clippercraft values are so amazing, we urge you to compare them with clothes selling for many dollars more. And now, Dr. Watson, supposing we get back to Her Majesty's Diamond Jubilee and the gentleman who tried to spoil the celebration.
Yes, well, all London was on fete, Mr. Harris. The festivities were endless. Garden parties, concerts, parades. The entire city was in a holiday mood. All but my friend Sherlock Holmes. He had drawn the blinds to shut out the brilliant spring sunshine, and lay moping on the sofa, morosely pulling apart the tassels of his ancient dressing gown. Oh, for heaven's sake, Holmes, buck up and stop strewing bits of silk all over the carpet. You look as if you were molting. Everyone else is overjoyed at the celebrations.
Leave me alone. I'm having my own private celebration.
Oh, what are you celebrating in this particularly lugubrious fashion?
Watson, do you realize it's just 6 years since Professor Moriarty and I pushed each other into the Reichenbach Falls? He never came back, poor chap.
Well, you're not going to tell me you're sorry you finally rid society of that monster.
No, I suppose not. But think what an occasion of this sort would have meant to him. Theaters and ballrooms fairly dripping with jewels. Intrigue and cabals on every street corner. What a veritable El Dorado for a master criminal like Professor Moriarty. And what's happened? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Well, you might give Scotland Yard some credit. They've been working night and day to protect the holidaymakers.
Scotland Yard? How would Scotland Yard have prevailed against a mastermind like Moriarty? Yes, the one antagonist I ever found who is my mental equal. Ah, me.
Oh, well, you forget if you hadn't finished him, he'd have finished you. You ought to thank your lucky stars he's gone instead of moping about like a dying duck.
See what it is, Watson. That's a good fellow.
Inactivity, that's wrong. What's wrong with you, Holmes? If you're engaged in any normal occupation, you... Oh, yes. Thanks, Mrs. Hudson. There's a letter for you, Holmes. Mrs. Hudson says it was delivered by hand.
Probably some female whose pet poodle has eloped with someone else's spaniel. I'm not interested.
Purple letter paper addressed in a large, scrawling hand. There's a strange sort of crisscross in the upper left-hand corner of the envelope.
What's that? Watson, give me that envelope.
Well, all right, you needn't snatch it out of my hand.
By all that's holy, that's not a double crisscross, it's the letter M. Watson, it's Professor Moriarty's handwriting.
Oh, you're off your head, Holmes. This Moriarty business has become an obsession. Need a fix. You'd better go out and fresh air and get some exercise, or you'll be imagining that you see him...
Shut up, Watson, and listen to this. To the world's greatest detective, Mr. Sherlock Holmes, warning. At least he doesn't underrate me, Watson?
Oh, go to blazes.
You will doubtless be astounded to learn I am alive. I managed to survive our little personal encounter in Switzerland, not without sustaining physical damage which kept me in the hospital for over a year. The remainder of the time which has intervened since we last met has been spent in building myself a new organization. You destroyed my last one, if you remember. I shall not soon forgive you for that. You doubtless look on yourself as society's protector. You are wrong.
Oh, I like that.
Don't interrupt, Watson. The more I am thwarted, the greater is my thirst for revenge on society. I have held my hand long enough. From today forward, look out for me. I shall begin this afternoon by staging a daring jewel robbery in the Strand. Tonight, a certain lady at the command performance in Albert Hall will lose her famous morals. Tomorrow and the day after, I shall perpetrate some new outrage.
He's ranting like a madman.
And last but not least, you and your colleague, Dr. Watson, will be put out of the way.
What?
I take pleasure in advising you of the fact that your hepatudinous friend, Dr. Watson, will be the first to go. Signed, Moriarty.
So I'm to be the first. It doesn't frighten me, the old babble-headed bard. Oh, I say, Holmes, what is hepatudinous?
Hepatudinous, my dear Watson, means rather blunted mentally.
Oh, it does it?
What's happening at Albert Hall tonight, Watson?
Well, I believe it's a concert by Adelina Patti. Everyone will be there. You weren't thinking of attending, I suppose.
Why not, Watson? Why not? You might tell Mrs. Hudson to shake the camphor out of our evening clothes. I wonder if I have a clean, stiff shirt.
Oh, dash it all. It
seems to be the difficulty, Watson.
Oh, everything's shrunk. My collar, my waistcoat, even my evening pumps. Why is it when anything's laid away in mothballs for a few months, it inevitably comes out a size smaller?
It couldn't be because you've grown a size larger, I suppose.
Oh, shut up, There, you see? You see what happens when I lose my temper?
What?
I just popped another button.
I suggest you descend to the kitchen and allow Mrs. Hudson to repair the damage.
Oh.
Now what?
It sounds like one of your confounded clients.
Don't worry, I'll get rid of him in short order. Better take the back stairs down to the kitchen, Watson. You don't want to be caught in disarray in case the client is a lady.
Oh, good Lord.
Flowers that bloom in the spring, tra-la. Come in.
Mr. Holmes, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Yes?
I am Hector Pomfret, of Pomfret and Smog. We're the best-known jewelers in London, Mr. Holmes. By appointment to His Highness, the Prince of Wales, no less.
Of course. You have a shop in the Strand and you've just been robbed.
But, Mr. Holmes, how did you know? It happened less than an hour ago.
My dear Mr. Pomfret, I have rather special sources of information.
It's incredible. I haven't informed anyone, not even the police. You see, some of the stolen jewels weren't my property. Lady Bigglesworth's pearls, for instance. She said would be restrung. Then, of course, the great Burmese ruby. I had that on consignment. I practically sold it to that wealthy Mrs. Tecumseh Jones from Denver. Oh, it'll ruin my business if they're not recovered.
Pity.
But it's outrageous that such a thing should be allowed to happen in a civilized country. And in broad daylight.
What's happened in broad daylight?
Lestrade, where did you come from?
And what in thunder do you mean bursting in on us like this?
Mr. Pomfret, I understand you've been burgled. I've come to see about it. I'm Inspector Lestrade of Scotland Yard.
Well, I don't want you. Go away.
You may not want me, Mr. Pomfret, but your partner, Mr. Smog, does. He's the one that sent for me. He told me where you'd popped off to, so I came round to make sure you didn't get any bad advice.
Thank you, Lestrade, for the vote of confidence. And now suppose you sit here quietly while Mr. Pomfret tells me just what occurred.
Well, Mr. Holmes, I was in the shop alone. It was getting late and I was about to lock up when a nice, respectable, youngish man walked in the door. He wore a Prince Albert, carried a silver-headed Malacca stick, a small black satchel, and had just the suggestion of a limp.
Pardon me, you're Mr. Pomfret, I believe.
Why, yes. Is there something I can do for you, sir? I was on the point of locking up, but if there's anything
No,
you want...
nothing very important, I'm afraid. I've just broken the crystal of my watch. I'm a doctor, you see, and my watch is a rather important bit of equipment in my profession.
Of course, I understand. Well, I'll see if we have a crystal to fit. If you don't mind waiting a moment?
No, not at all. I amused myself by looking at the handsome baubles in this showcase here.
They're more than baubles, I assure you, Mr.
Watson, Dr. Watson.
Well, that ruby in the middle is worth a king's ransom, as they say.
Very.
Now, yes, here we are. This crystal's perfect fit. Just a slight bit of pressure, so, and there we are. Here's your watch, Dr. Watson. The charge will be 2 shillings.
Keep the watch. It served its purpose. I prefer the ruby and the other baubles.
What do you mean?
Stand back or you'll be cut by flying glass.
But, Dr. Watson, put down that case. Oh, stop him. I'm being robbed. Stop me. Stop. But quick as a flash, he'd snatched the contents of the showcase, ran out the door, and was lost in the crowds.
Showing no signs of a limp, I take it, Mr. Pomfret.
Why, no, Mr. Holmes. The lip certainly wasn't evident as he ran out of the shop.
Leaving his watch behind?
Yes, I brought it with me. I've heard you can deduce a man's entire history from his watch. Well, here it is.
Interesting. Very interesting.
The thing that interested me about Mr. Pomfret's story was the thief's name. Watson. Dr. Watson.
My dear Lestrade, you don't suppose any jewel thief is going to be foolish enough to give his right name?
I'm not so sure. What did he look like, Mr. Pomfret?
Oh, I don't know. Not bad looking. A bit above medium height. Military moustache. Slightly grey at the temples.
Yeah, I think that'll hold if I don't take a deep breath. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, as a matter of fact, the thief looked very much like... Oh, no, by Jove. He was this gentleman who just came in.
What thief are you talking about now? Oh, good evening, Lestrade. How's the Scotland Yard's prize watchdog, eh? Holmes, my watch. Where on earth did you find it?
Where you left it, Dr. Watson, in my shop, when you smashed my showcase and made off with a Burmese ruby. Not to mention Lady Biddlesford's pearls.
Holmes, what's the man raving about?
As if you didn't know. So, you turned thief, eh, Dr. Watson? This association with Sherlock Holmes is responsible, no doubt. I've always suspected you two worked both sides of the street.
What's this all about, Holmes? Has everyone gone mad?
I think I can explain the confusion, Watson.
You'll not talk your way out of it this time, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. We've got the goods on your friend, Dr. Watson. Mr. Pomfret has made a positive identification. I've been looking forward to using these handcuffs on you chaps.
For heaven's sake, Lestrade, sit down and try not to be a bigger fool than the Lord intended. It's all perfectly simple. Here, read this letter I received this morning and see if you can comprehend what danger we're really in.
It'll take more than a letter.
Shut up and read it. Now then, Watson, when did you first miss your watch?
Why, let me see it. It was this morning when I wanted to take Mrs. Hilton's pulse. I was positive I slipped it into my pocket when I dressed this morning, but I suppose I left it behind on the bureau. I sometimes do, you know.
No, Watson, you took it with you. Remember you told me the times you were about to leave?
That's right. So I did, but then how did it get here?
The watch was lifted from your pocket by one of the light-fingered gentry in Moriarty's employ. Later this afternoon, it was used by another gentleman who impersonated you and robbed the jewelry shop of Mr. Pomfret here, leaving the watch behind to incriminate you.
Oh, the blackguard, the filthy blackguard. Why, I've been in the entire afternoon. Why, you can give me an alibi, Holmes.
Naturally, he's in coat.
If you won't believe me, Lestrade, perhaps you'll take Mrs. Hudson's word. She spent the afternoon letting out Dr. Watson's dress shirt and fitting it to his person.
This is incredible. Fantastic. The thief was exactly like your friend, Mr. Holmes.
All this hanky-panky about Professor Moriarty and his outfit. I've never even seen the man. How do I know there is such a person?
You'll just have to take my word for it, Lestrade. Incidentally, we shall miss the first part of the concert at Albert Hall unless we hurry.
Oh, good Lord, and I have to rush home and dress. I'm sitting in Mrs. Tecumseh Jones's box, you know.
Who cares? I shall have to go to keep an eye on those blasted tiaras, I suppose. I hate music.
I know, but you wouldn't want to miss the professor's next robbery. Come along, Lestrade. Yes, Watson, I think we shall station ourselves here at the foot of the grand staircase.
Whose emerald do you think Moriarty's after?
I don't know. It could be the Maharani of Saiba, or the Bolivian millionaire, Senora Boldaro. Ah, here comes Lestrade. He looks agitated. What's up, Lestrade? Anyone purloined the crown jewels?
These stupid women. Already Baroness von Ockfeld has lost an expensive brooch, and 2 of Madame de Roncesvalles' diamond bracelets are missing.
Sounds as if Moriarty's minions were warming up for the main event.
Rubbish. It's these fool females. Never make sure the catches are properly told.
By Jove, Holmes, look. Look at that enormous red-headed woman coming in the carriage entrance. She looks like an animated Christmas tree. That's enough to blind you.
Yes, that's Mrs. Tecumseh Jones, the American. She has more jewels than most of the crowned heads of Europe.
Yes, and most particularly, she has an emerald necklace that makes the Maharanis and the senoras look like something at the vicar's tea party.
I see. Look who's beside her, the little pipsqueak.
Yes, it's Director Pomfret, so he didn't keep her waiting after all.
Must be a quick change artist, eh, Watson?
She seems to be giving him what for. Here they come.
Lestrade, I suggest you receive them to her box while Dr. Watson and I bring up the rear. Those emeralds certainly deserve a guard of honor.
Yes, and I'm pretty mad at you, Pomfret.
My dear Mrs. Jones.
You knew doggone well I wanted that ruby.
But I assure you, Mrs. Jones, it was stolen.
Stolen in broad daylight. Don't make me laugh. Some other woman offered you a better price, but you're not kidding me.
Dear Mrs. Jones, I assure you the jewel was stolen. Word of honor. Evening, Lestrade.
Good evening.
This is Inspector Lestrade of Scotland Yard, Mrs. Jones. He'll tell you I've robbed.
Look here, Mr. Pomfret. I wonder if you could persuade Mrs. Jones to make sure all her jewel catches are in working order.
Young man, I'm quite capable of taking care of my own affairs. Come on, Pomfret.
Yes, Mrs. Jones.
Hey, get off on the train.
Watson?
I wasn't anywhere near the silly thing.
Well, someone tried to trip me up. Golly, Ned. My necklace! My emerald necklace! It's gone! Somebody stole it! I've been robbed!
Well, how could the dog bring me stolen when everyone was standing around me?
Here, hold still, everybody. Don't move.
A hand! I felt someone's hand on the back of my neck. Then the necklace was gone. Where did it go to?
Not very far, I assure you. No one has moved. Whoever took it's within arm's reach. Now, I was on one side of you, and Mr. Pomfret on the other, and Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson were directly in back.
In back! That's where I felt his hand. On the back of my neck.
It's that Dr. Watson. He robbed my shop, but I didn't talk me out of it. You renegade! You blackguard!
Let go of me, you idiot. I didn't touch the emeralds. The silly things probably fell off.
A likely story.
Well, all right, search me if you don't believe it.
I dashed well will.
That's right, search him. What's that bulge in his left-hand pocket?
The emerald, and more besides. Would this be your ruby, Mr. Pomfret? And Lady, what's-her-name's pearls? Yes, this is the Ockfeld brooch, and the Miss and Diamond bracelets as well.
Quite a haul, Watson. Congratulations.
Does it? Dr. Watson, you're under arrest.
But this is preposterous. It's outrageous. Holmes, don't just stand there like a ninny. For heaven's sake, do something.
What is there to do, my dear Watson? Better go quietly. Yes, as things stand, I think jail may be the safest place for you.
Holmes!
Come in. Inspector Lestrade. Up and about early, aren't you, after last night's festivities? Patty was in excellent voice, didn't you think?
I didn't listen. I was busy seeing no more jewels were stolen.
Even with Dr. Watson safely under lock and key?
As a matter of fact, Holmes, several other pieces did turn up missing. The Duchess of Wentworth's tiara and Lady Mulder's diamond stomacher.
Oh?
Look here, Holmes. You don't think it's possible those jewels were planted on Dr. Watson?
Lestrade, you astonish me. Every now and then you show signs of intelligence. By the way, I had a further communication from Professor Moriarty this morning, like we did to you.
I don't suppose I could stop you.
Quite. My dear Mr. Sherlock Holmes, yesterday's exploits were so successful in spite of my advance warning, I think I shall let you in on my further plans. I rather enjoy watching your feeble attempts to prevent my activities. That's a rap at you, too, you know, Lestrade.
Go on.
I shall arise betimes, for this morning I shall rob the Sailors' and Merchants' Bank. At 9, the Merchants' Guild will receive my attention. At 11:15, I shall relieve Lily Langtry of her sapphires. I shall then take 2 hours off for lunch. The music at the Savoy is so refreshing, you know. At 2, Baroness Traphagen's famous cameos will be missing. At 4, Mortimer Brewster, the American millionaire, will find it convenient to pay me £100,000 to cover up a few little irregularities in his shipping business. Then I shall go home for a bit of a nap, a late dinner, and then the grand finale.
Well, what's he got up his sleeve for this evening, the blighter?
I shall spend the evening at Buckingham Palace, where Her Majesty is big ball. All the best people will be there. I do hope you can manage to come, my dear Holmes, for at 12 midnight I shall blow the whole place to kingdom come. Until then, au revoir. Signed, Moriarty.
He's joking, of course. He must be joking. Blow up the palace. Good Lord, it's unthinkable. It's a nightmare.
It's worse than that, Lestrade. It could very well be the twilight of the gods for the British Empire.
You're joking, Holmes.
I was never more serious in my entire life. Come in.
Inspector Lestrade, sir. Scotland Yard sent me. They thought you ought to know.
What, Albert? And straighten your junior.
Yes, sir. The Sailors and Merchants Bank, sir, has been robbed, and the Merchants Guild Hall has been set afire, sir.
You can't very well blame Watson for those calamities, Lestrade.
Maybe we should have locked you up too, Holmes.
But there's something else, sir.
What's that, Albert?
Mr. Pomfret, sir. Mr. Hector Pomfret was found tied up in his flat. His Charlie come to work this morning, sir.
Good Lord.
The city says he's been tied up since he went home to dress for the concert last night, sir.
But he was at the concert. I saw him with my own 2 eyes.
No, Lestrade. You saw someone who impersonated Hector Pomfret. The same man who earlier impersonated Dr. Watson, I suspect. I was pretty sure it wasn't Pomfret himself when he arrived so promptly. He hadn't had time to change, you know. Then, when I saw his ears, I was certain.
His ears? What's that got to do with it?
A good makeup can disguise any feature except ears. The ears on the man who escorted Mrs. Tecumseh Jones were not the ears I'd noticed on Mr. Pomfret earlier in the day.
Whose ears were they, do you suppose?
I rather imagine they belonged to Professor Moriarty. I'm convinced he spent the last few years studying the art of disguise.
But then we wouldn't know him if we ran into him.
I would, Lestrade. I should be looking for his ears tonight at the ball at Buckingham Palace. Do you think you could manage to release Watson in time to accompany me? I hate to carry my own revolver. It destroys the fit of one's evening clothes, don't you know?
You've seen clothes whose very appearance breathes fine quality, graceful tailoring, perfect fit, rich, long-wearing materials. But unless you've worn Clippercraft clothes, you've never seen that kind of suit at only $40 and $45, or that kind of top coat or overcoat at only $40. The quality so evident in Clippercraft clothes is made possible by the sensational Clippercraft Plan. It concentrates the buying power of 924 leading independent stores across the nation, bringing you the savings that result from this group buying. Yes, even clothing experts are amazed at these remarkable Clippercraft values. Clothes that are truly fine in every way at the price of ordinary clothes. Selling expensive clothes at inexpensive low prices at the nation's finest independent stores is the great big idea behind the Clippercraft Plan. That's why men who know insist on Clippercraft clothes. So be sure to visit the Clippercraft store in your city.
These leading stores in the metropolitan area are proud to add their names to Clippercraft in your suit, top coat, and overcoat. In Manhattan, John Wanamaker Men's Stores, Broadway at 8th and 67 Liberty Street. Saks 34th, Broadway 34th. In Brooklyn, Abraham and Strauss. In Newark, New Jersey, Boulevard Men's Shop, Kresge Newark. And in Jamaica, the B&B Clothes Shop, 16408 Jamaica Avenue.
Quite a bean feast, eh, Holmes? Nothing like a ball at Buckingham Palace. It's the flower of the empire, I always say.
Contrast to Bow Street Jail.
Yes, I shan't forgive you for that in a hurry, Holmes. Oh, here comes Lestrade, looking like a mother hen whose ducks have taken to water.
Look here, Holmes. I can't help worrying that someone sneaked in that confounded bomb and now put a cloak on a bustle.
My dear Lestrade, I told you I'd taken care of that. Schindler Johnson has provided us with the best pickpockets in the business. They're acting as coat-room attendants. I promise you, every guest of this party has been thoroughly, if unobtrusively, gone over. Not a pocket handkerchief has been overlooked.
And I heard my men frisk the staff.
The great danger, of course, is the refreshments.
Well, I've ordered supper served in tents at the opposite end of the grounds, like you suggested. If it's too far for the guests to walk, so much the better. They'll have to get along in the punch and champagne.
And very nice champagne, too, I must say.
Yes, the old widow of Windsor keeps an excellent cellar, God bless her.
And keep her from harm.
Amen.
There's your Albert, Lestrade. What's he carrying in that basket?
Hey, Albert. Come here, lad. What's that you've got in the basket?
I'm taking in a chicken and a bottle of wine to the boys, sir. There's to be refreshments served on the boys are uncommon hungry.
So we, Albert. Suppose you give us that basket.
Very good, sir.
Holmes, you're not going to have a picnic lunch here.
A nice plump chicken, Albert. And rather heavy. Wait a minute, where are you going?
Get another chicken for the boys, sir.
Oh, no, Albert. Stay here and share this one with us.
Holmes, that chicken, it's sticking.
Yes, Watson, it contains a very ingenious time bomb. When is it set to go off, Professor Moriarty?
At 12 o'clock, which is in exactly 30 seconds.
You're not, Albert.
Quite. Hang on to Lestrade. I'll take care of the bomb.
There's no time. 30 seconds. Holmes, throw that chicken out of the window.
It'll blow him to bits. The fool. Why didn't he throw the bomb? Why did he have to run with it?
Because you can only throw it about 50 feet. The explosion would be too close. It would start panic. On the other hand, it's remarkable how far you can run if you've been a sprinter in your youth like Holmes.
Will it never be 12 o'clock? It's the longest 30 seconds of my entire life.
I'm certain something's wrong. I'm sure it is.
Calm yourself, madam. It's just a signal to start the fireworks. Yes, there goes the first Roman candle.
Oh, it's lovely. Oh, it's so beautiful.
Holmes, where did you get rid of that bomb?
I tossed it into the lake. Created quite a splash, but the water deadened the explosion.
One more question, Holmes. How in thunder did you know it wasn't Albert?
By his ears. Albert's ears are what you might call outstanding.
By Jove, of course. Why didn't I think of that?
Well, Dr. Watson, that was certainly a case of never a dull moment with Sherlock Holmes. So that was the end of Professor Moriarty.
On the contrary, he managed to give Lestrade the slip on the way to prison. Secretly, I believe Holmes was so glad to have the scoundrel back, he was both relieved and delighted.
And now, Dr. Watson, I wonder if you'd like to give us a hint about next week's story.
Next week, I think I'll tell you about a friend of mine who married a beautiful young South American lady he had only known a few weeks. It wasn't long after he brought her home to England that his household began to suspect she was a vampire.
A vampire? Good Lord, is there such a thing, Dr. Watson?
Well, suppose you wait till next week, Mr. Harris, and find out,
The makers of Clippercraft clothes and 924 leading stores from coast to coast have brought you another in the new series of broadcasts featuring the world's most famous detective, Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes is produced and directed by Basil Lochran with special music by Albert Berman. If you don't know your Clippercraft dealer, write Clippercraft, 200 Fifth Avenue, New York City. Help save lives by buying Christmas seals. These seals support the fight against tuberculosis. Buy and use Christmas seals and mail your packages early. Be sure to listen next week to Sherlock Holmes in the Sussex Vampire. If you'd like to attend the Sherlock Holmes broadcast in New York, see your local Clippercraft dealer, and he'll tell you how to obtain your tickets. Speaking for Clippercraft clothes. This is the world's largest network, serving more than 450 radio stations and usual broadcasting systems.
It's no use, Holmes. We'll never do it.
No, I'm afraid not. Fool that I was not to allow for the early trade.
Well, you'll probably be all right. Nothing's happened to her. The trap hasn't been stopped or anything.
Oh, quite true, but... Watson! Huh? Look, the trap's empty. What? It's driverless. She's been abducted, murdered, heaven knows what.
When his advice led others into danger, my friend Sherlock Holmes was always the first to suffer. For regardless of the true cause, he always blamed himself. My name is Watson, Dr. Watson, and it was my privilege to share the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. I will tell you what happened in the case of the solitary cyclist. The details are in my notebooks, if I may refer to them a moment. On referring to my notebook for the year 1895, I find that it was on Saturday, April the 23rd, that Sherlock Holmes and I first heard of Miss Violet Smith, the solitary cyclist of Charlington, the young and beautiful woman who presented herself at 221B Baker Street late that evening and implored his assistance and advice.
At least it can't be your health that is troubling you, Miss Smith. So ardent a bicyclist must be full of energy.
Bicyclist? Now, how do you know that, Mr. Holmes?
A slight roughening of the soles of your shoes at the sides, the friction of the edge of the pedal.
Oh, well, yes, I do bicycle a good bit. Oh, Mr. Holmes.
You will excuse me, I'm sure, Miss Smith. I took your hand out of curiosity.
Curiosity?
It's my business. I nearly fell into the error supposing that you were typewriting, but it's obvious, of course, that it's music. You see, Watson?
What, Holmes?
Observe the spatula finger end. It's common to both professions.
Yes.
But there's a spirituality about the face which the typewriter does not generate. Now, this lady is a musician.
Yes, Mr. Holmes, I teach music.
In the country, I presume, from your complexion.
Yes, sir. Near Farnham, on the borders of Surrey.
What has happened to you near Farnham, on the borders of Surrey?
My father is dead, Mr. Holmes. My mother and I were left without a relation in the world except for Uncle Ralph. Ralph Smith. He went to South Africa 25 years ago, and we've never had a word from him since. When Father died, we were left very poor. But one day, about 4 months ago, we were told that there was an advertisement in the Times inquiring for our whereabouts. Well, you can imagine how excited we were as we hurried off to the lawyer whose name was given in the paper. In his office, he introduced us to 2 other gentlemen, a Mr. Carruthers and a Mr. Woodley, and then withdrew, leaving us alone with them.
Well, ma'am, I'll explain right away that Mr. Woodley here and I are home on a visit from South Africa.
Oh, yes, Mr. Carruthers?
Yes, so we were old friends there of a relative of yours, Mr. Ralph Smith.
Oh, indeed.
I regret to say that Mr. Smith died some little while ago, ma'am.
I see. We had heard nothing, of course.
He died in poverty, ma'am.
Oh.
Woodley and I visited Ralph Smith at his deathbed. He asked us, almost with his last breath, to look up his relations here in the old country and see that they were in no want. You'll excuse the question, ma'am, but how exactly are you placed?
I don't know why you're asking, gentlemen, but if you want the truth, we've barely 2 pennies to rub together.
I have a proposition to put to you.
A proposition? For us?
Mrs. Smith, I have a daughter aged 10 down near Farnham in Surrey. I am a widower, and the child needs a woman's care and attention. I don't know whether Miss Smith has ever considered the position of governess, but...
I am a music teacher, sir. I am trained.
Yes, and out of a position, what's more.
A music teacher, but that couldn't be better.
Oh?
My little darling shows every musical promise, they tell me. I never dreamed that... Miss Smith, do come down to Surrey and teach my pet.
You said you're a widower, Mr. Carruthers?
Alas, yes. But my household is managed by my housekeeper, Mrs. Dixon.
Oh, I see.
A lady of the highest respectability.
Violet.
I shouldn't like to leave my mother alone in London.
Oh, don't worry about me, Violet.
There'd be no question of it now. Miss Smith could come home to you every weekend and with a good wage in her pocket.
Oh.
Say, £100 a year?
100? Oh, please, dear, say you'll go. Oh, Violet.
Oh, very well, then. It shall be as you wish, Mr. Carruthers.
And so you went down to Farnham, Miss Smith. What then?
Oh, it was much better than I'd imagined, Mr. Holmes. The first flaw in my happiness came when Mr. Woodley arrived to visit for a week.
What happened?
Oh, he made odious love to me.
The devil he did.
He boasted of his wealth and said that if I married him, I should have the finest diamonds in London. Well, it made no difference when I told him about Cyril.
Cyril?
Well, Cyril Morton. He's an electrical engineer in Coventry. We hope to be married at the end of the summer. But this didn't stop Mr. Woodley. He seized me in his arms and swore that he wouldn't let me go until I'd kissed him.
Bounder.
Well, luckily, Mr. Carruthers came in and tore Woodley from me. Mr. Carruthers apologized to me the next day, and I've never seen Mr. Woodley since.
Very distressing for you, Miss Smith, but such incidents are not unknown. What special thing has caused you to seek my advice?
It is this. Every Saturday morning, I ride my bicycle to Farnham Station to get the 12:22 to town.
Yes?
Well, the road from Chiltern Grange is lonely. And it's quite rare to meet so much as a cart along one stretch of it, where Charlington Heath lies on one side and the woods around Charlington Hall on the other.
I see.
Well, 2 weeks ago, I was passing this place when I chanced to look back over my shoulder. And about 200 yards behind me, I saw a man, also on a bicycle. And I looked back before I reached Farnham, but the man was gone. So I thought no more about it. But imagine my surprise, Mr. Holmes, when on my return on Monday I saw the same man on the same stretch of road. Well, even more astonishing, the incident occurred again exactly as before on the following Saturday and Monday.
Good heavens. Can you describe this man?
Well, as far as I could see, he was middle-aged and he had a short, dark beard.
Yes?
But he always kept his distance from me.
Did you mention him to Mr. Carruthers?
Yes. Well, he seemed very interested and told me he had ordered a horse and trap so that in future I shouldn't have to pass over that lonely road without a companion.
Very considerate of him. What next?
Well, the horse and trap were to have come this week, but for some reason they were not delivered, and again I had to cycle to the station. Well, that was this morning.
Yes?
Well, sure enough, there was the man following me. Well, however, today I wasn't alarmed, but filled with curiosity, and I was determined to find out who he was and what he wanted.
What on earth did you do?
I laid a trap for him. The road turned sharply, just past the entrance to Charlington Hall. I pedalled very quickly around it, and then I stopped and waited. I expected him to shoot round and pass me before he could stop, but he never appeared. I went back and looked round the corner. I could see a mile of road, but he wasn't on it, and there was no side road that he could have gone down.
Miss Smith?
Yes?
Have you any admirers? Other than Mr. Cyril Morton, I mean.
Well, it may be my fancy, but it seems sometimes that my employer, Mr. Carruthers, is quite interested in me. We're thrown rather together. I play his accompaniments in the evening. Oh, he's never said anything. He's a perfect gentleman, but... Well, a girl always knows.
I see. Well, Miss Smith, I'm very busy just now, but I'll find time to make some inquiries into your case.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Holmes.
And meanwhile, take no step without letting me know.
Oh, I promise you, Mr. Holmes. Good morning, gentlemen.
Allow me, ma'am.
Oh,
good morning.
Thank you.
Good day, Miss Smith.
Good day.
Good day.
Good day.
Charming little thing, Holmes. Absolutely charming.
It's part of the settled order of nature that such a girl should have followers.
Yes.
But not for choice on bicycles in lonely country roads.
And why should he appear only at that one point?
Exactly. Our first effort must be to find who are the tenants of Charlington Hall.
Right.
Then again, how about the connection between Carruthers and Woodley?
They seem to be totally different types, yet they were both keen on looking up Ralph Smith's relation.
And what sort of a ménage is it which pays double the market price for a governess but doesn't keep a horse and trap of its own, although 6 miles from the station? Odd, Watson. Very odd.
Are you going down, though?
No, my dear fellow, you will go down.
I?
On Monday, you will arrive early at Farnham. You will conceal yourself near Charlington Hall.
Yes?
You will observe these facts for yourself, inquire as to the occupants of the hall, and then come back to me and report.
Ah, well, very well, Holmes. Very well. And there he was, following behind her, just as she told us, Holmes. She tried slowing down and stopping, but he did the same. But then she suddenly whisked her wheel round and dashed straight at him.
Really? With what result?
But he simply turned his machine and darted off in desperate flight.
I see.
When she turned again to carry on the way she'd been going, he turned too, and they both passed me in their respective stations. However, I stayed where I was, behind a gorse bush on the heath, and it was just as well that I did. After a while, the man reappeared round the corner, cycling slowly. He turned in at the hall gates, as you thought.
Ah, and then?
I lost sight of him.
Oh, you did?
However, it seemed to me that I'd done a fairly good morning's work, so I walked back into Farnham and called at the house agent's. By making out that I wanted to know if Charlington Hall was on the market for a summer let, I found out that it had been let about a month ago to an elderly gentleman named Williamson. They wouldn't say any more. There, Holmes, how's that?
No, you really have done remarkably badly.
Oh, Holmes, I protest.
And then you go to a house agent to find out who he is.
Where should I have gone?
To the nearest public house. That's the centre of country gossip. They'd have told you every name from the master to the scullery maid.
Well, I got his name, Williamson.
Come in.
The post, sir.
Oh, just put it down over there, Mrs. Hudson. Oh, no, wait.
Sir?
There might possibly be... Yes, there is. Thank you, Mrs. Hudson.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
What is it, Holmes?
I rather thought I might receive some account of this latest episode from Miss Smith herself.
Did it?
Yes. I am sure that you will respect my confidence, Mr. Holmes, when I tell you that my place here has become difficult owing to the fact that my employer has proposed marriage to me. I am convinced that his feelings are most deep and most honourable. At the same time, my promise is, of course, given. He took my refusal very seriously, but also very gently. You can understand, however, that the situation is a little strained. Our young friend seems to be getting into deep waters.
Yeah.
Watson, I should be none the worse for a quiet, peaceful day in the country. I'm inclined to run down this afternoon and test one or two theories I formed.
Well, then the best of good luck to you, Holmes. That's all I can say.
Good afternoon, landlord.
Afternoon, sir. What will be your pleasure?
Well, let me see now. Beer, I think. Yes, beer will do nicely.
You won't find a better drop anywhere in England, sir.
I'm sure I shall.
How's that, sir?
Capital. Will you join me?
Well, thank you, sir. Your best health, sir.
And yours, landlord. Oh, by the by, I came down on the off chance of seeing an old friend who told me he was taking Charlington Hall for the summer.
Oh, Mr. Williamson, would that be?
Yes. He's in residence then.
He's there, all right, sir. I should know.
He finds his way in here quite often then.
You know Mr. Williamson, sir, what with all those weekend visitors of his, a warm lot, that, sir.
I can see he hasn't changed.
Here, you've known him long, sir.
Oh, quite some time.
Is it true, then?
Is what true?
That he used to be a clergyman. You know, unfrocked like.
Well, to tell the truth, landlord, I have heard some such tale myself. I'm afraid our acquaintance doesn't go far enough back for me to verify.
Oh, pity. You'll agree there's something about his manner.
Oh, quite.
Don't mind some of his behaviour when he gets in here. Well...
Unecclesiastical, you say?
You've hit it, sir. Especially when he's on the whiskey with Mr. Woodley.
Mr. Woodley? One of his weekend guests?
Oh, always down at the hall, Mr. Woodley.
I fancy I may have heard of him. Perhaps you can refresh my memory of Mr. Woodley, landlord.
Refresh what memory? Never met you in my life, sir.
Mr. Woodley, sir,
Who are you? What do you want asking this old busybody questions about me?
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm clearly mistaken.
That's right, Mr. Woodley. This gent's a friend of Mr. Williamson.
I told you that, did he?
Now, look here.
Don't you look here, me. No snivelling yard of pump water talks that way to roaring Jack Woodley. Put him up.
Now, Mr. Woodley.
There's one to start.
Oh, Mr. Woodley.
Come on.
Well, if you insist.
Good gracious, Holmes, your face, your lip, my dear fella. Sit down quickly and tell me what happened.
A vicious backhander from the odious Mr. Woodley started it.
Woodley?
Watson, I have to confess that however enjoyable my country trip, it was scarcely more profitable than your home.
Never mind that. Oh, there's another letter from Miss Smith. It came a while ago.
Then be good enough to post me up immediately.
Yes, well, she says, you will not be surprised to hear that on Saturday I shall come up to town and will not return to Farnham. Mr. Carruthers has got a trap, and so the dangers of the lonely road, if there ever were any dangers, are now over. As to the special cause of my leaving, it is not merely my strained situation with Mr. Carruthers, but the reappearance of that vile Woodley, who must be staying in the neighbourhood. He had a long talk with Mr. Carruthers, who seemed much excited afterwards. I loathe and fear Woodley more than I can say. How can Mr. Carruthers endure such a creature for a moment? However, all my troubles will be over on Saturday.
I think we must spare time to run down together on Saturday morning and make sure that this curious investigation has no untoward ending. What? The music of the birds and the fresh breath of the spring. What better way to occupy ourselves?
Yes, it's all very well for you, Holmes. Where you get all your energy from? Anyway, we've come far enough, surely. Look, there's the hall in those trees. We can see the whole stretch of road from here.
No, we must be closer to the hall so as to see this man clearly before he turns off into the grounds. Watson.
What is it?
That vehicle moving along the road.
It looks like a trap.
If that's her trap, she must be making for the earlier train.
Well, then she'll be past Charlington Hall before we can reach it.
Exactly. And if she's in any danger, that's where it's going to strike. Come on!
It's no use, Holmes. We'll never do it.
No, I'm afraid not. Fool that I was not to allow for the earlier train.
Well, it'll probably be all right. Nothing's happened to her. The trap hasn't been stopped or anything.
Oh, quite true, but... Watson! Huh? Look, the trap's empty. What? It's driverless. She's been abducted, murdered, heaven knows what. Try to stop the horse. Come on!
Good boy.
Well done.
What now?
Jump in. We must drive back.
Just a minute, Holmes. Here comes our man on his cycle.
Stop! Stop there!
I don't understand, Holmes.
I fancy an explanation is approaching at high speed.
You there! Where did you get that horse and trap?
You're the man we want to see. Where is Miss Violet?
That's what I'm asking you. That's her trap. You know where she is. We met the trap on the road, empty. We were about to drive back to help the young lady.
Then by heaven it means they've got her.
What?
Quickly! We must drive down to Charlington Hall as fast as we can go.
Yes.
We'll leave the trap here, or they'll be ready for us. We can make our way through the shrubbery.
All right. Lead on. Oh, great heavens. What is it? Is it the girl?
No, it's Peter the groom. They must have clubbed him and dragged him in here.
Let me see his head. No, not serious anyway. Yes, he'll come round soon.
Then come on, gentlemen. We may still be in time to save her. But hurry! This way. This way. There they are. And that beast Woodley.
And what's happening? There's a clergyman talking to him.
Don't you see?
Great heavens, he's bound and gagged.
Quickly, Watson!
Stop there! Well done, Williamson, just in time. Well, Bob Carruthers in his false beard.
Woodley.
You can take it off, Bob. You and your pals have just come in time to be introduced to Mrs. Woodley.
Woodley, I told you what I'd do if you molested this woman, even if I had to swing for it.
Too late. She's my wife.
No, she's your widow.
Look out, Holmes, the button. He's armed, too.
Enough of this. Williamson, drop that revolver. Watson, take it from him while I keep him.
Here, take the blasted thing.
Tut, Williamson. Clergymen shouldn't swear. Now, Mr. Carruthers, I'll have your revolver, too, if you please.
Not on your life. Who are you, anyway?
My name is Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock? Oh, good Lord.
Hand it over, please.
Here you are.
Watson, see what you can do for Woodley, and then release Miss Smith.
Right, Holmes.
Now, all of you, listen to me. I will represent the official police until they can be summoned. I detain you all under my personal custody.
Woodley will live, Holmes. And now I'll see to Miss Smith.
What are you telling me? That girl, that angel, is to be tied to Roaring Jack Woodley for life?
You needn't concern yourself about that, Mr. Carruthers. We're very safe in questioning Mr. Williamson's right to solemnize any marriage. In any case, a forced marriage is no marriage at all. It's a very serious felony, as you'll discover.
Oh, suit yourself.
You'll have time to think the point over during the next 10 years or so, I dare say. As for you, Carruthers, you'd have done better to have kept your pistol in your pocket.
Yes, I begin to think so. But I loved her, Mr. Holmes. It's the only time I've ever known what love was. You'd hardly credit it, but ever since she's been in my employment, I've never let her go past this house once without following her on my bicycle to see that she came to no harm from that brute.
Oh, so that was why. Well, Miss Smith's all right, Holmes. I told her to sit down and rest.
Splendid, Watson. Carruthers, why did you not simply tell Miss Smith of the danger?
Because she might have left my house for good.
Do you call all that love, Mr. Carruthers? I should call it selfishness.
Maybe the two things go together. Anyway, I couldn't bear to let her go. And then when the cable came, I knew they were bound to act immediately.
What cable?
Carruthers, you can bleat about the girl to your heart's content. But if you squeal, I'm
Your
warning
Reverence need not be so excited. The case is clear enough against you.
He's bluffing, Carruthers.
I'll do the talking, Williamson. And then you will see how far you have a chance of holding back your secrets. In the first place, the three of you came together from South Africa on this game. You, Williamson, you, Carruthers, and Woodley there.
Lie number one. I never saw either of them until a couple of months ago. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, Mr. Busybody Holmes.
So, His Reverence is our own homemade article. But you, Carruthers, and Woodley came over from South Africa. You'd known Ralph Smith there. You had reason to believe he wouldn't live long. You found out that his niece would inherit his fortune.
It's true.
Your plan was that one of you should marry her, and the other should share the plunder. For some reason, Woodley was chosen for the husband. Now, why was this?
We played cards for her on the voyage over. He won.
Well, really? I see. You got the young lady into your service, and Woodley came to court her. She saw what a drunken brute he was and would have nothing to do with him. Meanwhile, your arrangement was rather upset by your having fallen in love with her yourself. You could no longer bear the idea of that ruffian owning her.
No, by George, I couldn't.
You quarreled. He left you in a rage and began to make his own plans independently with Williamson.
You see, Williamson, he knows it all without my telling him. Yes, Mr. Holmes, that was when he picked up with this so-called padre. They set up house here, and as I told you, I was fearful they might waylay Miss Smith as she cycled past. So I kept following her as far as these grounds. And then 2 days ago, Woodley brought a cable to show me.
Telling you that Ralph Smith was dead at last and reminding you to keep your part in the bargain.
Just that. You refused? Well, of course. So he asked me to marry the girl myself and give him a share of her money. I said I'd do that willingly, but that she wouldn't have me. He said, let's get her married first, and after a week or two, she may see things a bit different.
Mr. Carruthers, you had a share in an evil plot.
I'm aware of that, sir.
However, I think you've done what you could to make amends. Now, if my evidence can be of help to you in your trial, it shall be at your disposal.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes. Oh, but there she is. Violet, Miss Smith.
Yes, Mr. Carruthers?
In the first place, I wronged you deeply. I hope you will find it possible to forgive me.
I have done so, sir. You did all you could to rescue me from these things. I forgive you.
And now, Miss Smith, if you're sufficiently recovered, my friend Dr. Watson will be happy to escort you back to town.
I'll do that with joy.
And if, in your medical opinion, Miss Smith should seem not quite convalescent, my dear Watson, might I suggest that a telegram to a certain young electrician in the Midlands would probably complete the cure.
The Case of the Solitary Cyclist was one of the Sherlock Holmes stories by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. My real name is Norman Shelley. My friend Carlton Hobbs played Sherlock Holmes, and I was Dr. Watson. Michael Hardwick wrote our script for this BBC production from London. I look forward to the pleasure of your company again soon for more of the adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
This episode from the life of Sherlock Holmes will be transmitted to our men and women overseas by shortwave and through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Factory Wine brings you Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce in the new adventures of Sherlock Holmes. The Petrie family, the family that took time to bring you good wine, invite you to listen to Dr. Watson tell us another exciting adventure he shared with his old friend, that master detective, Sherlock Holmes. And I'd like to tell you about something Dr. Watson shared with me the other night, some Petrie California sherry. Did you ever have a glass of Petrie sherry before dinner? Well, that's a swell time for it, because the Petrie sherry is the best beginning a good meal ever had. What a wine. You don't have to serve it in fancy wine glasses either. Not Petrie sherry. That wine would taste wonderful if you drank it out of a water glass. You can just taste those sun-ripened grapes. And incidentally, if you like your sherry dry, not sweet, then just do what I do. Ask for Petrie Pale Dry Sherry. It's a good idea to always have a bottle of Petrie sherry in the house, because it's just the thing to serve when company catches you unprepared. And believe me, you can serve that Petrie sherry proudly, because it's a fact that the name Petrie is the proudest name in the history of American wines. And now let's visit with our good friend, Dr. Watson. I know he's expecting us.
Come in. Good evening, Mr. Bartell.
Evening, Doctor. Oh, you have the old black tin dispatch box out again, I
Yes, my boy. I've just been refreshing my memory on one or two points in connection with tonight's story. Draw up a chair.
Thanks.
That's it. The tobacco's in the jar beside you.
Thanks, Doctor. I'm particularly excited about hearing your story tonight. Last week you told us that Sherlock Holmes' brother, Mycroft Holmes, took part in the adventure.
That's quite right, Mr. Bartell.
I didn't even know Mr. Holmes had a brother. I wish you'd tell me something about it.
Well, Mycroft was 7 years older than Sherlock, but the difference between them was amazing. While Holmes was lean and consumed with a burning energy, his elder brother was fat and lazy. And yet Holmes has often told me that Mycroft was his superior in powers of observation and deduction.
Well, now that you've thoroughly whetted my appetite, Doctor, how's about it?
Very well, my boy. I suppose this story really began in Mycroft Holmes's room at the Foreign Office in London. Although I've said he was a lazy man, he did hold a position of considerable importance. In fact, you may remember that on more than one occasion, Holmes has said, Mycroft is the British government. But to get back to my story. It's on a June morning in 1912, just before the First World War, that a young man in the Foreign Office named Guy Travers stood talking to Mycroft Holmes, who sat sprawled in an armchair before him, his feet resting on another chair, his cupped hands cradling his ample stomach.
Mr. Holmes? Mr. Holmes, you haven't gone to sleep, have you, sir?
No, Travers, I'm not asleep. I'm just waiting for you to get to the point.
Well, sir, the point is that I'm on the track of a most elusive female spy.
Dear me, how exhausting.
She's dangerous, sir, very dangerous. She's not only a collector of information, but a sort of central clearinghouse of military secrets as well.
You seem to be a little young, Travers, to be on such a case.
I asked for the assignment, sir.
Why? Female spies aren't as glamorous as they sound, you know.
No one knows that better than I do, sir. You see, my brother got mixed up with this girl 2 years ago. He was cashiered from his regiment and committed suicide.
I'm sorry, Travers. Tell me what you found out about her. You say you've been on her track?
I've traced her to a number of seaside towns, but she keeps slipping through my fingers.
Have you a list of the towns?
Yes, sir. Here you are.
No. You read them to me.
Well, I first got on her track at Torquay. From there, I followed her to Weymouth, Bournemouth, Portsmouth, Bognor, Worthing, Hove, Brighton, and...
I trust you drew the obvious conclusion.
I think I did, sir. Several of those towns are naval bases.
No. The list you've just read me is a recognized theatrical circuit.
Oh, I never thought of that.
The simplest way to track down your spy is to find whether she was appearing in either a play or variety act in all of the towns on the dates covered by your inquiries.
Yes, Mr. Holmes, I'll do that at once, and I'll report back to you.
Oh, very well if you must. Close the door quietly, won't you? I'm confoundedly sleepy.
Mr. Holmes? Mr. Holmes, you haven't gone to sleep again, have you, sir?
Oh, it's you, Travers. Well, what did you find out?
A great deal, sir. The only theatrical show that was appearing at all of those towns was a magician's act called The Great Gandolfo.
I trust you went and saw the performance.
Yes, sir. Last night at Hastings.
And?
The magician's assistant was a girl who looked exactly like the one I saw my brother with 2 years ago.
Did you go backstage and talk to her?
Yes, sir. But it's a funny thing. For though she looked exactly like the other girl, I swear she isn't the same one. This girl seemed utterly charming and sincere when she told me she'd never heard of my brother.
That's the danger of putting you young fellows on a case of this kind. A beautiful woman and a good actress can fool you 9 times out of 10. What's your next move, Travers?
Well, sir, I was hoping perhaps you might come down with me and see the act. It's playing at Eastbourne tomorrow. It's not very far, sir.
Stir my 20 stone. leave the comforts of my office and club to track a spy. No, my boy. However, your mention of Eastbourne gives me an idea.
Yes, sir?
My young brother Sherlock is living on a bee farm a few miles outside Eastbourne. He might help you.
He's a great detective, isn't he, sir?
I have never regarded him as one, though I will admit that for a man with such a shocking excess of physical energy, he possesses a relatively superior mind. Yes, go and ask Sherlock.
Thank you, sir, I will.
Tell him that if he can't solve the case, I'll do it for him, and without leaving London.
And so, Mr. Holmes, I did as your brother suggested and came down here to Eastbourne to tell you about the case.
I quite understand, Mr. Travers.
Very interesting story it is, too, my boy. I'm certainly glad that I happen to be staying down here with you, Holmes. You will handle the case, of course.
I'm undecided, old fellow. The problem presents some interesting possibilities, and yet my life here among the bees has taken on a pleasant and soothing pattern. Oh, I hate to disturb it.
Oh, come, Holmes. It'll be good for you to get away from your wretched bees for a few days.
I forgot to tell you, Mr. Holmes. As I left your brother, he told me that if you couldn't solve the case, he'd do it for you, without leaving London.
Dear old Mycroft. He meant that as a challenge. Hand me the paper, will you, Watson?
Yeah.
Thanks, old chap.
Oh, what are you looking for?
The amusement guide. There it is. Devonshire Theatre, Eastbourne, twice, nightly varieties, 6:30 and 9, The Great Gandolfo, King of Magic.
You mean you'll come to the theatre with me tonight, Mr. Holmes?
Certainly. I can't allow Mycroft's challenge to go unanswered, and I'm sure that Dr. Watson will accompany us when I tell him Miss Sissy Gitana is also appearing on the bill singing, an old favourite of his. There was I waiting at the church, waiting at the church, waiting at the church.
Lord, how it did upset me. All at once he sent me round a note. Here's the very note. This is what he wrote. Can't get away to marry you today. My wife won't let me.
That's a most entertaining woman, Sissy Gitana. And that's good looking, too. My wife was that cliff.
The Great Gandolfo is next, Mr. Holmes.
Yes, I was just studying the program. He's not exactly modest in his claims, is he? The Great Gandolfo, the world-staggering illusionist. Presenting the ceiling cabinet mystery, assisted by Miss Florine Lasseur. Oh, dear me, how very florid.
I must say I love this old music hall flavor. I remember going to the Palace Theatre a few years ago to see a perfectly charming girl who wore a white dress that made her look like a little white rabbit. That dress did look frightfully becoming, I must say. I sent my card round the stage door with some flowers, of course, but to my amazement...
Fascinating story, old fellow, but I'm afraid you'll have to finish it later. The curtain's going up.
There he is. That's the Great Gandolfo.
By Jove, this assistant's very attractive, isn't she?
Listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to be here before you tonight. I may say that the ceiling cabinet mystery that I am about to present has entertained and perplexed half a dozen of the crown kings of Europe, together with their queens.
Come, don't talk so much. Get on with the trick.
And I may say, I'm hoping that you, ladies and gentlemen, will give me the same courtesy and attention that was given me by the royalty I have just mentioned. Now, Before I present my illusion, I should like to ask for 2 volunteers from the audience who will come up here beside me on the stage so that I may be watched. Two volunteers, please.
Wait for us here, Mr. Travers.
Very well, Mr. Holmes.
Come on, Watson.
You mean that we're going up on the stage?
Yes, it's a wonderful opportunity.
Do I see 2 gentlemen rising? Splendid. 2 gentlemen are coming up from the audience. 2 gentlemen that I have never seen before. Watch the step, please. That's it. Over the footlights and onto the stage. That's right. And now, sir, have you ever seen me before?
Never.
And you, sir? Don't be afraid to speak up, sir.
No, I
Uh,
haven't.
Miss Lesueur, please see that the gentlemen are seated. I thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to watch me closely. You will observe that there is a wooden cabinet on the stage. There is also another cabinet of the same shape and size hanging high above me, which you can all see. A glass of water, please, Miss Lesueur.
Oh, go on. Put a stock in it.
What did you say, sir?
You heard. You ain't got cloth ears.
We will dispense with the glass of water. Now, my assistant, Miss Florine Lesueur, will step into this cabinet on the stage. I want you 2 gentlemen to watch very closely. Miss Lesueur is now lying inside the cabinet, is she not?
Yes, she is.
Very well. I close the lid. So, I lock it with these bolts. And now, I ask one of you gentlemen to attach this padlock to the box. You, sir, will you oblige me?
Very well.
I thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, before your eyes you have seen Miss Lesueur enter a cabinet on this stage. A cabinet that has been bolted and padlocked. You can still see the duplicate cabinet hanging above me by an attachment of wires and pulleys. I now count a 1, a 2, a 3, and fire this revolver at the cabinet above me. Now, if you 2 gentlemen will kindly help me, we will lower the ceiling cabinet to the stage. You will notice that this cabinet is also bolted and padlocked. I will ask one of you 2 gentlemen to unbolt it. I thank you, sir. And to this gentleman I shall hand the key of the padlock. Kindly unlock it, sir. I thank you. And now, if you will both raise the lid of the cabinet. And here, ladies and gentlemen, is Miss Florine Lesueur. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank
Why did we have to leave, Holmes? I was having a wonderful time.
Sorry to drag you away, Watson, but there's work to be done.
Mr. Holmes, if you want to go backstage, I'll introduce you to Miss Lesueur.
Oh, that's a splendid idea.
Before we do that, Mr. Travers, there's one important fact I want to know.
What is it, sir?
I presume you have a dossier of the available facts concerning this spy?
Yes, sir. Everything that we've been able to find out.
Among that evidence, do you by any chance have any fingerprint records?
Yes, sir, I do.
Splendid. Then let's go at once to the nearest police station and compare the fingerprints on this glass with those in your possession.
Where did you get that glass, Holmes?
You remember that Miss Lesueur, before she entered that cabinet on the stage, handed Gandolfo a glass of water.
You mean that's the glass?
Why else should I be carrying a drinking glass with me, old chap?
Very neat, Mr. Holmes, and right under the nose of a magician, too.
Well, I'm not exactly inept at the practice of legerdemain myself, Mr. Travers. Come on. Let's have a talk with that local fingerprint expert, shall we?
Mr. Holmes, the fingerprints on this glass you brought me are not the same as the one shown in this record.
Yep. Positive?
Oh, absolutely, sir.
Just as I thought. I'm much obliged to you.
Always glad to help a gentleman like you, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you and good night. Come on, Travers. Watson?
I wish you'd explain what you're up to, Holmes.
So do I, sir. I'm completely in the dark.
Surely it's obvious. The only way Gandolfo's trick could be done is by using twin girls, dressed identically, of course. One in the cabinet on the stage and the other in the cabinet hanging from the ceiling. I don't know whether you noticed it, Watson, but there were small holes drilled around the base of the box, undoubtedly to enable its occupant to breathe.
By George, of course. That would explain why the girl I spoke to didn't seem to know me, or my brother when I spoke of him.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And in any case, how better could a spy hide herself from a role where her employer A magician must, by the very nature of her trick, deny her existence. The question is, which girl is the spy? This fingerprint test has given us the answer.
You mean it isn't the girl on the stage, the one who assisted Gandolfo?
It certainly is not, old fellow. Your spy will be in the cabinet, suspended high above the stage of the Devonshire Theatre at 9 o'clock this evening. But this time we will watch the performance from the audience.
Now, watch me closely, ladies and gentlemen. There is no deception. 1, 2, 3. And now, if you two gentlemen will kindly help me, we will untie the ropes and lower the ceiling cabinet to the stage.
Holmes, we must never get away.
Don't worry, old chap. But keep your eyes skinned. You may have a surprise for us.
And I will now ask one of you two gentlemen to unbolt the cabinet. I thank you, sir. And now, if this gentleman will take the key and unlock the padlock, I thank you, sir. And now, if you will both raise the lid of the cabinet, I thank you. And here, ladies and gentlemen, is Miss Florine Lesueur. Miss Lesueur, step out, please. Miss Lesueur, bring down the curtain into an actor.
Come on, Watson. Let's get up on the stage.
Right, your Holmes.
What happened, sir?
It's Miss Lesueur. She's been injured.
I'm a doctor. Let me look at her.
I'm afraid she's beyond the help of doctors, Watson. Look at that bullet wound in her head. She has been murdered.
We'll hear the rest of Dr. Watson's story in just a few seconds, so I'm just going to make a very quick suggestion. If you like good food, who doesn't, you'll find that good food always tastes better when accompanied by a good glass of Petri wine. And Petri makes wonderful mealtime wines. If you like a red wine, to go with any meat or meat dish, you'll really like Petri California Burgundy. And if you prefer a white wine to go with chicken or fish, you couldn't ask for a better one than Petri California Sauterne. Remember those two wines, huh? Petri Burgundy and Petri Sauterne. They're Petri wines, so you know they're good. And now back to Dr. Watson and tonight's new Sherlock Holmes adventure, The Great Gandolfo. What happened next, Doctor? You just got to the part where you and Sherlock Holmes on the stage of a vaudeville theater were examining the dead body of one of the great Gandolfo's assistants.
That's right, my boy. As you can imagine, the excitement was intense. The local police were soon at the theater, and the officer in charge, a certain Sergeant Buff, seemed to take a very great personal dislike to Sherlock Holmes.
The great Sherlock Holmes comes out of retirement to teach our police force how to handle a case.
Sergeant Buff, you're being ridiculous. I'm not trying to teach the police anything. You follow your own line of investigation, and I'll follow mine.
And supposing I say I don't want private detectives poking their nose into a police investigation?
Then, my good man, I shall report your conduct to the local chief of police and obtain the necessary permission.
No need to get uppity about it, Mr. Holmes, but too many cooks spoil the broth, you know.
Oh, an extremely profound remark, Sergeant. And now, if you'll excuse me, I've work to do.
And so have I. And we'll see who gets to the bottom of this first. I'm going to Gandolfo's dressing room.
Holmes, I'm worried about the dead girl's twin sister. I've been looking for her everywhere, and no one seems to have seen her since the tragedy occurred.
Naturally, my dear chap. You'd hardly expect her to reveal the secret of the cabinet trick by exposing the fact that the dead girl had a twin.
I never thought of that. But we saw her there on the stage when the trick started. Seems to me that she's in great danger.
She is in very great danger. But don't worry. I've taken the precaution of having her guarded.
Oh? How, Holmes?
I'll explain that to you later. In the meantime, we have to work fast. It appears that Sergeant Buff is out to try and show me up by solving the case first. That makes the second challenge I've received today.
Well, Mr. Holmes, and how are you getting along?
Splendidly, thanks. And you?
I'm beaten. I don't mind admitting it. I thought at first the one man it couldn't be was Gandolfo because he was on the stage all the time. But then it seemed to me that he might have fired a live bullet when he shot at the box on the ceiling.
The angle from the stage wouldn't coincide with the bullet hole in the bottom of the box, Sergeant. That shot must have been fired from the audience below.
Mr. Holmes, You know who did it, don't you?
Yes, Sergeant, I do.
I wish you'd tell me, Mr. Holmes.
It should be obvious, Sergeant. Watson, you examined the corpse. Please tell the Sergeant your findings.
The girl was lying on her back in the box. There was a small hole in her forehead and a large one in the nape of her neck.
Exactly. And since the point of entrance of a bullet is smaller than the point of exit, it proves that she must have been shot lying in the box from above. Once the box was in position over the audience, she could have been shot only from below. Therefore, the girl had already been killed when the box was hoisted to the ceiling.
By Jove, yes. And only one person could have done that.
Only two.
How do you figure that out, Mr. Holmes?
The dead girl's sister had the same opportunity as the great Gandolfo himself.
Of course she had. Now I see why you were having her watched, Mr. Holmes. If you'll excuse me saying so, sir, I begin to think it's a good thing you're on this case after all.
Oh, that's very generous of you, Sergeant. And now, perhaps, if you'll do me the favor of keeping an eye on Mr. Gandolfo yourself.
Of course I will, sir.
Where are we going, Holmes?
To the Jolly Fisherman Hotel to call up Miss Lasseur.
How do you know she's there?
I just received a message from young Travers. He followed her on my instructions as she left the theater. Come on, old chap. There's no time to be lost. Ah, there you are, Travers. Miss Lasseur is still here, I trust.
Yes, Mr. Holmes. She's up in her room.
I wonder if you'd mind asking her to come down and see me. I'm sure that we can talk privately in the lounge over there.
Right you are, Mr. Holmes. I'll go and get her.
What are you going to say to Miss Lasseur, Holmes?
That depends on her attitude, old chap. Come on, let's go into the lounge, shall we?
Oh, it's a lucky thing that you had her followed.
It was an obvious precaution, Watson. You see, I realized from the very nature of the cabinet trick that Miss Lasseur would have to leave the theater after escaping through the trapdoor below the cabinet that was on the stage, before her twin sister descended from the cabinet that was suspended from the ceiling.
And she doesn't know that her sister's been murdered, huh?
If she's innocent, she doesn't. And if she is innocent, then we'll know that our murderer is Gandolfo. Here she comes.
I've told Miss Lasseur that you want to talk to her privately, Mr. Holmes.
If it's the act you want to talk about, Mr. Holmes, I've nothing to say. Magicians have a code of honor, you know.
I quite appreciate that fact, Miss Lasseur. Won't you sit down?
What do you want with me?
I have news for you. News of your twin sister.
I haven't got a twin sister.
My friend knows exactly how the cabinet trick is done, my dear young lady.
Yes, you might as well tell the truth, Miss Lasseur.
Well, all right then, so I have a twin sister. What of it? No crime in that, is there? What are you getting at?
I want you to believe that I'm here to help, my dear. You're going to need help and courage.
What are you getting at? But come on, tell me.
I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Miss Lasseur, your sister is dead.
Dead? Huh. I don't believe it.
I'm afraid it's true. She was murdered.
You're lying. This is a trick. You're trying to make me give myself away.
I'm trying to get at the truth. Your sister was found shot through the head when the cabinet was lowered to the stage tonight.
I still don't believe it.
Why should my friend lie to you?
How was your sister the last time you saw her for the commencement of the act?
No different from any other time.
Who was responsible for superintending her entry into the cabinet?
Gandolfo, or me. She used to go into it before the performance, when the stage was dark and deserted.
Did you help her enter the box tonight?
No. Gandolfo did.
You knew, of course, of your sister's activities.
What do you mean?
That she was engaged in espionage.
That's not true.
Very well, Miss Lasseur. You won't be honest with me. I'm afraid I'll have to turn you over to the police. I think you'll find their methods are a little more crude than mine, though.
The police? Oh, no. No, don't do that, Mr. Holmes. All right, I'll tell you everything. Gandolfo's got me so frightened of him. I was lying to you. I knew that my sister was working for him. I tried to stop her, but she loved money. And Gandolfo gave her plenty of that. They had a row before the show tonight. She knew you were on the stage at the first performance, Mr. Holmes. Gandolfo had spotted you, too, because she was frightened. Said she knew you'd catch her, and she wanted to run away. Gandolfo told her that she had to appear tonight, and they were still arguing about it when they left the dressing room. The dirty swine killed her because he was afraid she'd give him away. And now you've killed me, too!
Don't worry, my dear. The great Gandolfo will be beyond the help of magic before this night is out.
Yes, he'll be behind bars where he belongs.
Travers.
Yes, sir.
Stay here with Miss Lasseur, will you? We'll be back later. At the moment, there is unfinished business awaiting us at the Devonshire Theatre.
Well, Mr. Holmes, I can't tell you how grateful I am. Gandolfo's safely in prison, thanks to you, and Now you tells me you don't want no credit in the case.
Oh, my dear Sergeant. I'm really a bee farmer, you know. In any case, I want to restore your faith in private detectives. The next time you meet one, I'm sure you won't be so unfriendly, shall I say?
I'm humble, sir. I'm very humble, and I thank you very kindly for all you've done. Oh, and by the way, Mr. Holmes, this telegram arrived for you at the theater while you were away, and here you are, sir.
Oh, thank you, Sergeant Buck.
No, sir, it's me that should be thanking you, sir.
Who on earth knew that you were at the theater tonight?
You'll soon find out.
Well, what does it say, Holmes?
It's from my brother, Mycroft.
Mycroft? What's he got to say?
Really, it's quite humiliating. After all, he said he wouldn't have to, and he never did leave his armchair in London. Listen to this. Have just checked on Gandolfo's repertoire of magic tricks. You will find spy in box suspended from ceiling of theater. Elementary, eh, my dear Sherlock?
Why, Joe Holmes, he really is amazing, isn't he?
He is also a prophet, old chap.
Prophet? How do you mean?
Well, he indicates the handwriting on the wall. I'm past my prime. I'm too old for alert detection. It's back to me bee farm, old fellow. It's back to me bees.
Doctor, that was a swell story. I bet it was an interesting case to work on.
Yes, it certainly was. I've always had a fancy for the theater, you know.
What you really mean, Doctor, is you always had an eye for a pretty girl.
Mr. Bartell, you're a very blunt fellow.
Why not? I must admit, I like to look at a pretty girl myself.
You, Mr. Bartell?
Why shouldn't I like to look at a pretty girl?
Oh, go right ahead and look, my dear fellow. Go right ahead. You just sort of surprised me a bit, that's all. I never thought you gave a moment's consideration to anything but Petri wine.
Now you're really pulling my leg. I must admit, I do talk a lot about Petri wine. But after all, Doctor, it's worth talking about. What other wine has such tradition, such a story behind it? Petri wine is made by a family, the Petri family. They've owned and run their own business ever since its inception, back in the 1800s. The Petri family's been making good wine for generations. And they've been handing on down in the family from father to son, the fine art of turning luscious, sun-ripened grapes into fragrant, delicious wine. And that sure adds up to a lot of experience. You can just bet your last dollar that no matter what kind of wine you want, when you ask for a Petri wine, you're asking for good wine. Because Petri took time to bring you good wine. Well, Doctor, how about giving us a clue to next week's Sherlock Holmes adventure?
Well, now, next week, Mr. Bartell, I'm going to tell you a most unusual story that took place aboard a small steamship as it plowed through the stormy seas of the Indian Ocean. I call the adventure Murder by Moonlight. Oh, before I say good night, ladies and gentlemen, remember that on Saturday, October the 27th, the nation will observe Navy Day. This is your opportunity to thank your fleet for its magnificent contribution towards victory. Don't forget, will you?
Tonight's Sherlock Holmes adventure is written by Dennis Green and Anthony Boucher and was suggested by an incident in the Sir Arthur Conan Doyle story, The Second Stain. Mr. Rathbone appears through the courtesy of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer and Mr. Bruce through the courtesy of Universal Pictures, where they are now starring in the Sherlock Holmes series. The Petri Wine Company of San Francisco, California, invites you to tune in again next week, same time, same station. This is Harry Bartell saying goodnight for the Petri family. Sherlock Holmes comes to you from our Hollywood studios. This is the Mutual Broadcasting